Hello. I hope my sound is actually working today. That would be ideal. I hope it is. But the music is, so I have to be. Now, please let me know if the music is too loud. Especially over my voice. That would be great help. Thank you. Hello, my lovely people. Phoenix in the house. Mir. Chaos. What am I microwaving? There is nothing in the microwave. The microwave. Anyone ever see Nigella Lawson's take on a microwave? Just a bit of lag. Yeah. It seems to be with the laptop, it's not ideal to stream as much as I'd like it to be. I've got a buffering and it's a PowerPoint presentation. Oh my god! Don't tell me I have to give up streaming while I'm here. That would not be good. Oh no. Boo. What we'll do, we'll take off one or two things in the background and see if that helps. That's my master plan. Microwave. At least he's got his shirt off while it's frozen. I know. Yeah, like I'm not dropping frames, so it's not so much the internet, it's just the power of my laptop, it seems. It's just not good. Apple obviously make really shit laptops. Yeah, I said it, do not buy a MacBook. Ever. If you want to stream, that is. If you just want to watch something, it's okay. But streaming, it doesn't seem to be ideal. It doesn't, unfortunately. And this is me using as little equipment as possible. Imagine me trying to run a game at the same time. This isn't working. Guess you'll have to switch to personal one-to-one calls. What's up with that? What's up with the one-to-one calls, huh? I don't know about that, Phoenix. Hey, lanky boy. Hope you're keeping well, my man. I know, guys, streaming isn't going to be the absolute best it can be while I'm here. But I am trying to make it work. Now, it does have its high points, and it also then has its low points. So I think the buffering kind of helps as time goes on. I think I'm drawing out more power from the laptop now. The KBs seem to be okay. Mir, you're not a fan of the OS? No, it's dog shit. Okay. Chaos finally got video, but now he's got no sounds? What's going on? What's going on with my video? Why? It's just how we have to do. It's just how we have to do it, unfortunately, people. Until until I get back to Ireland eventually. Yes, there has to be some changes. Wait, what if I put this down here for now? Wait, no. I wanna. I'm just moving around my thing for now. See, that's going up here. I don't want it up there. How can I stop this from going up here? I can't see it. I'm trying my best not to look at them, says Coco. Yeah, I think the video is improving. I think the video is improving. It's by no means perfect. Yeah, guys, try refreshing your stream. It might help you. It's going good now? Okay, maybe my laptop just needed to warm up a little bit. Maybe. Uh, that's possible. But yeah, guys, I'm working with a laptop while I'm traveling, so please forgive that it might not be as buttery smooth as it would be when I'm at home. But of course, I did want to come and talk to people. I did want to come and see you lovely people. Taking time out to make sure that all happens. And Dankmaster Phoenix, big muscle flexing. Thank you, my good man, for supporting the channel as always. And I can't believe 13 months, my good man. 13 months. 13 months. Jay Sunshine giving us the hearts. Giving us the hearts with the cheering. Thank you so much, Jay Sunshine. Much appreciated for the bits. I need to change where that graphic is going as well. It's actually going all over the place. Happy 13 months, Daddy. Sad we can't see much of you at the moment, but at least the pixels are arranged in a visually pleasing way. Coco again as well. Coco again. Big muscle flexing. Welcome to Coco. Thank you very much for pressing the follow button. But I know, guys, while I'm while I'm traveling, I know for the next couple of weeks, the streaming quality won't be as perfect as it was back in Dublin. But I need to. Why are my unicorns going off my screen now? I think it's because I lowered this down. I think I'll have to just reset where this is going. It's like you don't notice this stuff until it happens, you know? But actually, I gotta try and change it onto Stream Elements while I'm here. I think if I just change the position on Stream Elements, it will be fine. So I'll do that while I'm actually live and try and make that switch. But yeah, guys. So we'll try our best. We'll try our best to get everything done while I'm abroad. I know the picture quality might sometimes lag a little bit. But that's not the internet's fault. It's just my laptop's processing ability. Jay Sunshine, thank you for your hard work and the amazing artwork that is your pecs. Much appreciated, much appreciated. And congratulations to Daily Dose of Sprinks getting a free subscription there from Jay Sunshine as well. So Jay Sunshine, thanks for being a beautiful soul with gifting that lovely gift of a free subscription. But yes, so sometimes the video quality, it's not you, it's definitely me. It's definitely going to be one of those situations for a while that sometimes the video quality will dip down. But once again, it's not your internet. It's just basically me on doing my travels over here in the US of A. Keith, I am currently sat here in Miami, my good man, in Florida, the Sunshine State, where Jay Sunshine, similar to Jay Sunshine maybe. I'm just going to try and turn off as many background things as I can to limit with the processing power of my laptop. And that might overall just improve the video quality that little bit as well. Just keep the pecs in the shot and you'll be fine, says Lion. They still look heavy at least, says Taram. It got better now, man, says Cassie. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. I've always wanted to go to Miami, says Keith. Well, maybe one day you will. Now wait, let me change. I'm trying to change around this graphic over here because yeah, it's getting in the way of my boobies now. but it wasn't an issue before, but now it's becoming an issue again. So I'm just going to have to change this graphic up to here, and then I'm going to have to move. That's the easy bit. It's trying to configure the alerts along with that, which is the tricky bit. It's hard to find out where they are. Let me try and do a preview on that. Okay, much better. They're over here now, so that's good. That's good. Okay, let me try and bring them down just a little bit more. I just have to change some variables. But yeah, they kept like interfering with my lovely face. With my lovely face. FOB minus FOFA. You have to explain your username to me, my man. You'll have to explain your username because I have no idea what that means. But big muscle flexing, welcome to F of B minus F of A. Would it process better if you went live on YouTube? It is. I am live on YouTube at the same time, Taram. But maybe if it was live only on YouTube. See, they do have different encryptions, as far as I know, over with YouTube. But the KBS is definitely a lot higher than it was when I was streaming on Wednesday. So it should be a lot more stable. It does seem to drop a bit, but it depends on what I have running in the background or not. But it definitely is a lot more stable than what it was on Wednesday. How are they so perfectly round? Says Big Otter Daddy. Genetics. Basically genetics. It's as simple as that. Well, as complicated as that, but simple answer for a complicated process. So pretty much, just to put it in short, guys, every muscle that you have on your body has an origin point, and where and how it inserts into other muscles, ligaments, etc. around your body. So, for example, my chest is inserting, or should I say even my clavicle or even my shoulders are all inserting at different varying points around my pecs. Mine are going to be different than yours, etc. So if down here where the roundness is, for example, same kind of thing, how the insertion points are connecting onto my sternum and then to my onto the abdominals. Same kind of thing. So depending on how they actually are structured, thanks to your DNA, your genetics, that's going to determine ultimately the shape of, well, any muscle. But primarily you'll see that a lot with the chest. So that's why you'll see people with maybe big chests, but they look different than mine, things like that. So it's completely genetics in how it's shaped. However, I do have a video on YouTube that although you cannot change those insertion points because you're born that way, although you cannot change it, what you can change is the size of each area of your chest. So what you can do is you can absolutely build the muscle, and you can also focus on certain areas to, make that part bigger, and you can kind of manipulate things like that. So you can absolutely change some things, but you cannot change ultimately how they insert into the other muscles and such. So hopefully that answered your question. But with a bit of manipulation with how you change your workouts and how you build the muscle overall, that will absolutely play a vital role. So yeah, to get them so round, genetics and plenty of decline type movements, also explained in that YouTube video that I've made a couple of weeks back. Looks like a math formula, says Dankmaster. FB minus FA. Yeah, probably. It probably is. I'm sure he'll be able to explain more if he wants to. Or else he'd be like, no, I don't want to be called out. Which is fair. So I went to see Spider Man. Now I'm not going to do any spoilers because there might be people who have not seen Spider Man. And when I say Spider Man, I mean the latest Spider Man, which came out in December. I only got to see it this week. I was meant to go on Wednesday evening, but unfortunately, due to people changing plans, we actually did it last night instead. So I finally got to go to a cinema here in Miami, and yeah, and it was really cool that you book your seats, pretty standard, all right. You book your seats. The four of us booked our seats, and like you can practically sleep in these chairs. Like they do a complete recline. Like your legs go right up as well. Like you're right back. Like you're practically lying down. And you could easily fall asleep in these lovely chairs. And along with that as well, you have a service button and you can use the app and they actually bring your food to you. I never had that before personally, so you can order different meals, not just, for example, popcorn and the usual kind of cinema foods, but you can literally have a proper meal as if you're eating in a restaurant, and they'll deliver it right to you. I Now maybe you've been in a cinema before that does that. Maybe it's standard in your cinema. I have no idea, but I have never seen something like that before. So that was pretty. It was a cool new experience for myself. So I'm actually glad that I did get to go to the cinema and see this, because ultimately that's one of the biggest reasons I'm here, is to try new experiences, see new things, and even as something as, let's say, mundane as a cinema, because like cinemas, yeah, like they're all different and they all have their things, but like it's a cinema, like you go there, you sit down, watch a movie. That's basically it. But of course, with this particular cinema that I've been, you have those full recline chairs. You can order on the app and they can bring restaurant style food to you, or else you can have typical like popcorn and your drink kind of thing. It's just really, it really was nice. It was really an interesting experience for me. Now I kind of wish that when I go back home and when I watch a movie in the cinema back home, I'm going to be like, oh, I have to get my own food. No one just delivers it to me. It's like when you use an app, like like you're ordering in food, right? So you go to like Just Eat or Uber Eats, or one of these apps basically, and you pretty much just select what you want. Boom, there you go. Driver comes to you, yada yada. Perfect. But this time you're literally sitting down. You don't even have to get up to answer a door. You're there watching the movie, and then there you go. The problem is that if you're, let's say, late to the movie, and it all goes dark, as a movie begins in the cinema, it all goes dark, so you can fully immerse yourself and enjoy it. The problem is if you're not finished with your order, or else if you got late, arrived a little bit late, you have to then turn the flash on your phone or turn the torch on your phone, so everyone will see the torch. Well, if it might get in people's, it might annoy some people, which I completely understand. And then you're there on your phone, for maybe a few minutes, just trying to order or decide what you want. Because we all know what it's like when we want to order food. You'll have, you might go in with a plan. You might have a battle plan and be like, okay, I just want this, boom, done, easy. But sometimes, when you have so much choice, you're like, what, you could be there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, etc. And the problem is that you'll have people still on their phones while the movie is starting, and you just see this light on your phone in the middle of the cinema. And of course that's rude. Like, you should never go on your phone in the cinema, unless it's like an emergency or something. Or yeah, if you don't like the movie or you're bored, just leave. But yeah, that's maybe the downside of this system. Um, that you pretty much have to order it on the app when you get in, and then they'll bring it to your to your seat. Although it's really cool, it does have its downsides. Obviously, the fix would be no one be late, but it happens. People are late for their appointments or to their cinemas or whatever the case may be. So not so simple. But it was a really cool experience to go to the cinema, have a full recline chair that you can practically lie down in it, and then you have your food delivered to you by one of the people, and as I said, you could have it like restaurant style food, or you can have a typical popcorn with your drink kind of combo, or a lot of what are your favorite type of foods to eat in the cinema, guys? Do you like to have your standard popcorn, or maybe do you like have melted butter in it? Do you do it extra salted, or maybe you don't even eat popcorn? Maybe you have some crisps or something, different styles of food. Or a lot of people actually, what a lot of my friends seem to do, although I never do this, but a lot of people, they get like let's say some sort of chocolate, okay, whatever chocolate snack, and they put it and they mix it with the popcorn. So the chocolate melts in the popcorn, provided that the popcorn is still hot. Now, a lot of the times, by the time you start eating, the popcorn will already be getting cold, so mightn't work as effectively. But I never actually do it that I let the chocolate melt on the popcorn. Maybe you're someone who likes jellies or something like that for your cinema snack. But yeah, let me know, guys, what type of cinema snacks do you like when you go to the cinema? So I had a buttered popcorn. I didn't really like the butter. I never eat buttered popcorns, but I was like, new experience tonight. Let's try a buttered popcorn as well. And yeah, I didn't really particularly like it, but I probably would have liked it a little bit more if the popcorn was a little bit more warm. But typically I just like basic popcorn, and then I have my drink next to me as well. Mir, you don't like to drink or eat at the cinema? Is there any particular reason why? Dankmaster, I've never been in a theater that does that, although it's not unheard of. Okay, that's okay. Hey, too curious millennial. Hope you're keeping okay. IGNIV, how are you? Evil Dark Lady, welcome. Hope you're keeping well. So, what is your favorite snacks to eat in the cinema, guys? If you ever go to the cinema, what would be your go-to kind of main thing of choice? And if it's popcorn, tell me, how do you like your popcorn? Do you like it really salted? Do you like it just like nice and plain, very little salt in it? Do you like to butter it up? Do you like to pour chocolate on it, like melted from your packet of chocolate snack, and melt it all over the popcorn? Do you like to eat jellies? Do you eat other things? Let me know. But in this particular cinema that I went to last night, you weren't allowed to bring in food from the outside. That's normally what we do in Ireland, is that we pretty much, because it's very expensive, like cinema is expensive, it can get quite expensive, especially when you add in the snacks. Like the cinema tickets are fine, but adding in the snacks can be, it can be costly, especially if you're paying for multiple people at the same time as well. Let's say you're on a date or something like that, or maybe you're having you're treating a few friends, or that kind of thing. So what do you eat at the cinema, guys? What's your go-to? Do you ever put margarine on your popcorn? I've never put margarine on my popcorn. Mir says the reason why he doesn't go to the cinema, or should I say not to the cinema, but eats and drinks in the cinema, is it's too expensive, and I pee a lot anyway, so I don't need to make it worse. Oh, small bladder, maybe you have a small bladder. But yeah, there's nothing worse than when you're trying to enjoy a movie, and then you have to you can't just pause it and the whole thing's not going to pause just because you have to go to the bathroom, you know? So you have to get up out of your chair, you have to like wiggle along all the people in the row if you're not on the outside, and then you have to make almost like a walk of shame. Like you have to make like a walk of shame down the sides, or however your cinema is constructed, down out to the bathroom, and at that time you're not seeing whatever's going to be on the screen. So then you come right back into the cinema. You walk up the stairs all shameful again because you had to get up and you're not like everybody else because they can hold their pee, or they were smart enough to pee beforehand, or whatever the case may be. It happens, it happens. And then you have to wiggle across everybody again, interrupting everybody. Sorry, just come through. Sorry. And then you finally get to sit down. And then you have, a guy. You have a guy, or, you have a friend next to you. And you're going, okay, what happened? So then you have to interrupt them to find out what happened because you went to the bathroom in the cinema. So it's like it's one of those things. So if you have a small bladder or something like that, and you just cannot contain, once you put in a little bit of liquid into yourself, then yeah, I completely get it, Amir. Hey Pensort, hope you're keeping well. American cinemas aren't that much better. Well, I went to a cinema last night, and this is where this chat is at the moment, guys. Now the question is, guys, what is your favorite snacks to have at a cinema, or if you even have snacks at the cinema? Now, also, where I'm from, we generally bring in our food from the outside just to kind of cut down the costs because it can be expensive. Like it could be about €10 for like a regular popcorn and a drink. So it's pricey. Or I can simply go to the shop. I can get a bag of popcorn for like €2 or less. I can get a drink for about €2 as well. So that's €4 versus €10. It's simple. You're not being cheap. You're being economically aware. You're not frivolously spending your money. So a lot, like pretty much everybody does it. Where I'm from. But in the cinema that I went to last night, I saw a couple coming in, an older couple, and this man and his wife just went up the escalator, and the attendant was trying to get hold of her and be like, ma'am, and then he said to the guy then, being like, hey boss, you can't bring in food from the outside. And he's there with a Whole Foods. And Whole Foods is pretty expensive. Holy hell, Whole Foods here is pricey, man. But Whole Foods, if you have any experience with Whole Foods, that chain of organic food and stuff, he had a Whole Foods bag, and he was so deflated when the man was like, you can't bring that upstairs. I can put it behind the desk and you can collect it on the way out. And he's probably there all happy being like, la la la, look, I'm going having my lovely Whole Foods with my wife or girlfriend, or, probably wife just due to the age that they were. Most likely, just most likely. And now you could just see him so deflated. So he's going to have to go upstairs with his wife and probably have no food, or else he'll have to, live with the popcorn and stuff instead of his lovely organic whatever the hell was in that bag. So if anyone's been to the cinema recently, let me know how your experiences of it are. What's your favorite type of snacks in the cinema? And what was the latest movie you've seen in the cinema? Now last night I went to a cinema. I think it's called Silver Spot or something like that. Silver Spot Cinemas, something like that, or Screen Spot. I could be wrong, but it's in Brickell, next to downtown Miami. No, it wasn't in Brickell. Oh no, where was it? Was it downtown? No, it was Brickell. Yeah, in Brickell in Miami, and really nice cinema. There was also some festival. There was a festival on, and my friend said to me that he saw Gloria Estefan's husband. Like taking photos with some people and stuff when he went out to the bathroom. It's just that type of things, like, these celebrities or so, just because there's some sort of movie promotion stuff going on there, some sort of festival. I can't remember the name of the festival, but when there's like a festival or whatever, they have like this big kind of cardboard signage, and then everyone takes photos in front of it, kind of thing, that, whatever you call them, like the backdrops. I saw that when we were going out. I didn't see it when we went up there, but yeah, there was a lot of people. But yeah, we just went to see Spider-Man. But it was really cool, as I said. So for people just joining, so I could lie down pretty much in the chairs. They recline all the way back, and then with the app, you just simply put in what you want to order, and they bring it directly to your chair, which is pretty cool. I've never had that happen. I've never seen a cinema like that before. So it was definitely an interesting experience. So that was pretty cool. Tarom says, have you ever noticed people checking out your pecs in public? If so, how do you feel about it? Do you kind of like the attention? Tarom, I would be completely lying to you if most people did not have their eyes just, like that. You'll see them walking, and then they'll just take a kind of a glance down or something like that. Regardless of your gender or probably sexuality, it doesn't matter. You generally just see me walking along, and then there's just that eye movement, and you're kind of looking in their direction, and he knows it, and then I just do a little smile or whatever, or maybe a wink. It's just a small little nudge kind of thing. But I am, of course, very grateful, because I worked my fucking ass off to get my pecs. Of course. Funnily enough, I got, now I'm not mentioning names, just in case the person is watching, which I don't know if the person is, but I just got told by this particular person on Instagram, because it's someone I chat to quite regularly on Instagram, and he just said to me, now he had a lovely body, okay? He still does have a lovely body. I'm not saying he doesn't have a lovely body, but he had a lovely body. Nice shape. His pecs were nice. They were on point. Definitely on point to the rest of his body. I have to say that. I give credit where it's due. But for whatever reason, he wasn't happy with his body. Now, I completely get that. Okay? Anyone who goes to the gym understands that. We're never really happy with our bodies. We always want to find something to improve. And he turned around to me, and he said to me, look at my pecs. So he sent me photos, and it's not just look at my pecs. He actually got implants. He got pec implants. And I was like, what? I was like, but your body was fine. And like, I'm not going to go through the whole chat that we had, but pretty much back and forth. And like, he was telling me about the pain, and that he can't work out for like 8 weeks. And he can barely even move his arms right now for the next couple of weeks or whatever. And he has his friends like taking care of him. And he said that he's going to be very upfront with people and be like, yeah, I got pec implants. But like, his body was lovely. His pecs were lovely, but he just wanted an extra couple of inches onto them. And one, I respect honesty. I absolutely respect the honesty. And look, that it's his body. Do what you want. That's point 2. Your body. Do what you want. But I can sit here and say to you, these are 100% without any implants. These are real. These are natural. But it's just so interesting, like I hear about women, when they want to get boob jobs. It's not so often that I hear it about men. But when I look at his bruising and all that around the kind of around the kind of armpit area, then there's some scarring here. I'm sure that will all heal up and it will look amazing and stuff. But like, that by the time he recovers, and he said he's in a lot of pain right now, and the recovery is meant to be really really shit, and he's for the last couple of days since he got it, it's been a really shit experience. But he said he's so happy because when he looks at them, he's just like, wow, like it's added a couple of inches, onto his pecs. Now, funnily enough, if you're looking at my Instagram, funnily enough, right before he sent that to me, I literally just posted on Instagram, and I'll show you. I'll show you the. I'll show you the. I'll show you the video now in case you haven't seen it. One of my friends tagged me in a video of a guy. Now this is synthol abuse. Okay, first and foremost, it's not real. Well, it's a real person, and he's done this to himself. But yeah, this story is going to explain itself. But this is called synthol abuse. It's an oil you can inject into yourself, and usually a professional bodybuilder will have a coach or something that will be that might just do little tiny little bits into them, for example, to give them that little bit of an extra inch or that little bump, to get them over a certain look or something like that. But then you have people who just do it themselves. Either way, I think both are wrong, by the way. This is me personally. I think both are wrong. You shouldn't be injecting this oil into yourself at all. Like the synthol, it's not right. It's a synthetic oil, so it's not like a hormone or something like that. It's not like, you get injected by your doctor and, you're cured now. It's not something that like it's going to help you. It's literally an oil that can do serious damage to your body if it ever leaks. It can cause serious health complications. And I'm very sure this guy will have serious health complications when it happens. But I'm going to show you now what I mean. Now, he looks, like at the side, it looks ridiculous. But then when he goes onto this side of it, it gets even more ridiculous. Because, oh, that's Dougie. Don't mind the other one. That's just on my story. So once again, okay, so this is him. Okay, this arm here looks good, actually. It actually looks really good, just how he has it. It's huge. It's 100% not real. Obviously, the pecs are just fucking ridiculous, to say the least. They're like Bob the Drag Queen. So if there's anyone here who watches Drag Race, it's like Bob the Drag Queen. It's Bob the Drag Queen levels of tits, okay? Like literally off the charts. Do not look one bit real in any shape or form. Just absolutely ridiculous. And then he turns to the side. And I'm going, what the fuck did you do to the other side of your body is just beyond me. Like, like look at that. Like look at the other arm. Like back again, okay? Just for instance. Okay, here's his other arm. Okay? Not the worst. It's still pretty off, but at least it's shaped somewhat fine. Okay? Somewhat fine. The boobs, as I said, are just over the top. But that's when he turns to this side, it's like he's holding a few gallons of milk. You know those milk jugs, or maybe you have juice jugs. It's like he stuck one of those into his arm. And is trying to pass it off. Like, does he honestly think anyone thinks that's real? It's just hilarious. It's hilarious for all the wrong reasons. And I you know what, I feel sorry for this guy because one, he's in immediate danger. He's in very much immediate danger because that will most likely leak and fuck him up. Let's just say that. Number two, his insecurity. Like, why do people do this? Insecurity. They think it's going to make them better, right? And like it's not being professionally administered. Like okay, so if I go to if I tell you when I told you the story about my friend who told me he just got pec implants, once again my stance with that is, look, Not for me. I very much value that mine are 100% real. But it's your body. Do what you want. That's my stance on it. And at least he went to get a professional plastic surgeon to do it for him. So at least he has that professional care, that professional advice if anything went wrong, etc., etc., etc. Whereas this guy, he just gets I don't know, a few liters of synthol and oil, and just gets a syringe, or he might as well just have pumped it in. He might as well just got a funnel and just fucking pumped it into him. Uh, and it's just like, no. It's awful. It's so awful. And I really want to understand someone's mindset for going down that line. There's something not quite right up there. So I know this is a big topic change from talking about the cinemas, because I know I asked you guys what did have you seen any recent movies in the cinemas lately? Have what's your favorite snack in the cinemas, etc. So we went from like the cinemas talking about peck implants and now synthol abuse at the same time. It's like, what the fuck? How do these chats develop? Lion says, just sneak it in. Okay, so Lion, regarding food and the expensiveness that it can be in a cinema, Lion just says, just sneak it in, but I sometimes buy concessions to support the staff at the theatre. Okay. IGN, I feel like bringing in outside food into a theatre is a global thing. I think it should be. It probably is, but I guess in some cinemas they just try their best to cut it out. Now I'm sure most people, even if a cinema tries to cut it out, people will probably come in with their bags, or or they'll have a jacket on, and they'll stuff their jacket, or the female might have the bags, or the men might have the bags, whatever it is. They'll probably stuff it somewhere to get in the food. But generally speaking, cinemas, in my experience, they don't have a policy about not allowing outside food. Pensword says his favourite cinema snack is cookie dough bites. Cookie dough bites. That sounds yummy. That sounds really, really, really yummy. Dankmaster, you're not allowed to bring it in. Everyone still does it. Dankmaster. Memento Mori says, those are some big fucking tits, my man. Thank you, Memento. Much, much appreciated. Also to Gordo Marek783, big muscle flexing. Welcome to you guys. Now, once again, guys, apologies if the quality of the stream is not as as perfection as it normally would be, because I'm currently traveling, and I'm doing my best with the limited resources that I have. Like, I have to work with a laptop, and its processing power isn't as powerful as like a €3,000 computer PC. I have a laptop, and although the laptop is good, it's just the processing power, which is required. A lot of processing power is required to stream, unfortunately. It does recording and stuff very well. Well, it does it good. And it can handle things like streaming, as in you're streaming a movie, but streaming like this onto YouTube, Twitch, etc., completely different story. So apologies that until I get back to Ireland, it might be slightly off. So we don't have all the lights and all the, all the stuff on me and all that stuff. So, but I do have my microphone here. I do have my professional camera next to me, although it's not in use right now because I don't have the ports. I could actually probably use this port. I might be able to use the professional camera on the next one. I can't on this one though, but maybe on the next show I can do it, because if there's one port that I probably can free up, because I found out that I can't do game streaming while just streaming, because my laptop practically dies. Unfortunately. Now I've done a couple of technical improvements since the last stream, and it has helped definitely in ways, but it still cannot support game streaming. Now, I did find a way to work around this, and that's using my camera to take the image off the TV so you can see it. The problem is if you've been on my Discord in the last day or two, is you'll see that I show you this is what I'm working with, is that if I do it that way, you know, if you ever use a phone up against a TV, you get all this like lines, or you know, lines go through it, or it just doesn't look crisp. That's pretty much what you'd be working with, and it just looks like there's like a purple type filter over the image, so I don't think it would look that great to play games while I'm abroad, streaming wise. But I can still play games, gather content, put them onto a hard drive, and then eventually make videos with it. So I can still do that, so that's good. It's not all lost. Lion says, I'm not interested in any movies before Doctor Strange 2 comes out. That looks pretty awesome. It looks yeah, that the amount of CGI that's going to have to go into that is going to be nuts. But yeah, like watching Spider-Man last night, the amount of CGI, and particularly because Spider-Man would have been 100% made during COVID, pretty much, right? So they were even more limited in what they could do. So probably the entire thing was made in a studio. And obviously they use a studio for a lot of stuff, but they will, where possible, shoot on location, yada yada. But I'm very sure that with Spider-Man's production, especially since it was made during COVID, yeah, that would have been a lot more difficult to make. And same Doctor Strange 2, I'm sure a lot of that was also made during COVID, you know, at least a portion of it. Like those special effects alone will probably take, you know, a year or more of that after editing to actually do, you know. Dumb Bean, hello, how's it going? I'm doing well, Dumb Bean. I hope you're keeping well as well. Shooting on location. Pen Sword, I always have to strategize my movie outgoings. I pick the time, I eat beforehand. Usually I have time to relieve myself, and then I'm good for the whole film. That's clever. Now, if you can eat a dinner or some meal before you go to the cinema, you know, then obviously you will cut down on costs because you're only paying for the ticket and maybe any parking associated with it if needs be. The last movie you also saw was Birds of Prey. I'm right before the quarantine kicked in. Okay, so you actually haven't been to the cinema before all the quarantines and stuff. Enter for None. You are in Miami, or is that over? Hope you're having a great time no matter where. Eyes on the Twins. Enter for None. I'm absolutely still there. And I see it both on YouTube and Twitch, so don't worry, I saw both of them. I'm just a bit behind with the chat because I went on talking about two separate topics, one after another, and I should definitely space it out, but it just led into it, you know, the whole thing just led into each other just very naturally. It's like segue into the next topic easily. So it goes from the cinema and talking about the snacks and asking you guys about your cinema experiences, to going straight about these pecking plants that my friend got, and then into synthol abuse about a video that I put up literally right before my friend messaged me. But he didn't message me to say that because he saw the video, because during the conversation, he actually, you know, commented about that video then. So it's just a coincidence. Mir, yeah, body dysmorphia sucks. Absolutely. I completely... body dysmorphia sucks, but it can be used for the positive as well. So you can definitely use body dysmorphia to make some good changes, you know? The only problem is that you probably won't see those changes, or at least won't recognize those changes because of the body dysmorphia. And that's the catch-22 situation we find ourselves in when it comes to body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia is definitely a topic that I got asked to do for a YouTube video. The problem is that with body dysmorphia, it's so hard to kind of pinpoint exactly how to structure such a video, because yeah, you have your scientific, analysis of it, but then you're kind of talking, you're trying to get your own experiences out there, but it's definitely a complicated video to make. So it is still something that I can do. At least talking about my experiences and some, in general, and maybe some experiences of friends and stuff, get some extra anecdotal evidence on it. But yeah, it's still something that I have to get some info on. Dankmaster, this just in: Jay Cots, the cause of major nosebleeds and countless victims due to nosebleeds. I have my own body image issues, but I'd rather tough it out in the gym personally. Pen sword, that's good. Gym can definitely help with the feel good hormones, and God knows we could use good hormones from now and again, if not as often as possible. Enter for none. Dankmaster says synthol is nasty AF. Absolutely. Enter for none. Oh no, thinks I've seen people do that to themselves. There's never enough. I know, right? That's regarding that video that I just showed you guys. Pov says nice live, but is it homemade? Do you know Casarcio? I have no idea who that is, unfortunately, Pov. But yes, this is of course live. He's wearing watermelons on his chest. Pretty much, Spencer. That's it. How he is now Jimbo the drag queen levels. That's why I said it. Enter for none. I know, right? Kaiwai, that has to be a form of dysmorphia. It would be a form of dysmorphia, but I think it's not just a form of dysmorphia, but it would also have to add in levels of extreme delusional something extremely delusional. Because if you make a TikTok highlighting, okay, once again, just so people can see now, what we're talking about here, where's it gone? My stupid phone is absolute. I need to get a new phone because my phone absolutely becomes, possessed. My phone gets possessed, in case people don't know. Like, all these windows open up on its own and stuff like that. It's nasty. But yeah, this is what we're talking about. So I think it has to be extremely delusional if you also make a TikTok saying, ladies, would you date me or pass? Now, once again, okay, like it says, ladies, would you date me or pass? With a love heart and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like going, and then my friend Daniel, now the phone's getting possessed again. Then my friend Daniel comes up, and then Daniel's just, his body's just fantastic. No synthol needed, just hard work. But with synthol, if you put a TikTok, okay, thinking you look great, when you clearly you don't, because the shapes of all that stuff is horrendous. You'd have to. It can't be just body dysmorphia. There's definitely a delusional and some other mental issues going on there. Stuff that I'm definitely not qualified to understand. I'm not a therapist. I don't. I'm not a psychologist. But there's definitely a man who needs a lot of psychology. Who needs a lot of advice from a trained psychologist. Dankmaster, don't compare him to our queen clown Jimbo. Lion says, I think everyone should try to do as much as they can naturally, and then if they want to make changes, go for it. I would rather see what I can do on my own before getting under the knife to change something. I may do something by 50. Well, look, 50 is 50, so there you go. Now, that doesn't mean it's right or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's your body. Do what you want, what makes you happy, all right? As I said, my friend who got that pec implant that he told me about today, that he got it done a few days ago, he's going to suffer for the next 8 weeks or 12 weeks or something like that, but the result is going to be really cool. Just like women when they get boob jobs. I'm very proud to say that mine are 100% real, but he does him, and the thing is compared to Synthol Man, is that at least his is professionally done, it's professionally administered, he has aftercare, if anything goes wrong, yada yada yada, there's a whole list of help. Whereas a guy who literally just gets a bottle of Synthol, gets a goddamn, I don't know, a gigantic needle or something, because Jesus Christ, how much he had to pump into him. As I said, he probably just got like a pump and just pumped it into him at this stage. And then just like puts it, I don't know I don't know how they do it, but then they just fill up each area or something to the amount they want. And then it moves. It's just, no. At least if it was professionally administered, like even if it was professionally administered, it's still wrong because Synthol is very dangerous. So I still would have the same thing, but at least he would have went out of his way to try and make it a bit more appealing than now, well, that which we have seen. You know. Amir says, not those milkshakes for this boy. Those milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. Oil shakes, says Dying Master. Enter Frenon, I've heard and read enough articles about what happens when people get injections. Some fare okay enough, but the cases when they don't deal with a life-threatening conditions for the rest of their lives. I have seen a video, guys, of someone who injects that Synthol, and he was in the middle of doing like a bicep curl, and his muscle literally just burst. Like it started to leak. Like a hole, it leaked. Like how not only is that disgusting, but you people are then looking at you while your muscle leaks of all this liquid and blood and fucking whatever the hell is in your muscle because of this Synthol. But then you have to go for an immediate emergency and get surgery because of your stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God. At least if you get a boob job, you can just take the thing out. It would be a lot harder, like it would be a lot easier, with all due respect, it would be a lot easier to just open up someone and take out like, you know, some silicone, for example, and then stitch you back up than trying to somehow get all the oil that you've injected over your body. He probably didn't even inject into his legs. So his legs are probably like stick thin. But now he has, I don't want, oh man, I don't want to even want to, I don't want to talk about it. Like, how the fuck do you get all this oil out of you? At least with, as I said, at least with like, let's say a breast implant, you can just open up, you know where it is, it's very visible, take it out, there you go, stitch it back up. Yeah, you heal, yada yada, yeah, there'll be probably scarring, yada yada. But with oil, like how the fuck do you drain that out of someone? I don't know. It's nuts. It's like doing some colonic irrigation of some sort. Now, if anyone doesn't know what colonic irrigation is, pretty much pump up your rectum, pumping water into you, and then draining you out. Meant to be really good for the insides. A nice cleansing moment. A nice detox. But also I hear it's really bad at the same time because it can do immense damage to the good healthy bacteria that lives in your rectum and such. But look, people do different things, right? Kaiwai says, I even had liquid vitamins professionally administered. Scary to do something so intense without a doctor. Kaiwai says, was the cinema very different from back home for you? Yeah, it was really different, Kaiwai, because like back home you can slightly recline in the chairs, but you don't have like a switch that you can just keep leaning right back, and then the seats like elevate in front of you and stuff, so you can like practically lie into the chair. But also you use an app and a waiter comes with your food, which you can kind of get like restaurant style food or something as simple as popcorn. So it was definitely a very different experience in this particular cinema. I know not every cinema or theater will do it like this, but I've never seen that done personally before. So it was definitely a nice change to go to a different country and just go to the cinema and see something different. Because I went to the cinema, for example, in the UK. I've went to the cinema also in Spain, and they all work very similar to how my cinema in Ireland would work. You pretty much go in, you have your you have your time, you select your seats beforehand, on their website or app or whatever. You go in, you order your snacks, and then you go to your seat. Not the whole, not like waiting, going into the cinema, sitting down in your chair, and then you just order everything on an app and someone brings it to you. So definitely a different experience. I was kind of surprised though that they didn't have the aircon on, and if it was definitely not good enough because it got really warm in there, and like Miami gets quite warm, gets quite humid. Yesterday was very humid. Today now is a lot more windy, so it's cool outside. It's still nice, but it's just windy. So it's just a very windy day. Like I can see the palm trees, because I can see it in a reflection here. I can see the palm trees right outside my door, just swaying a bit in the wind. Like it's not crazily windy, but it's cloudy, and I can see the trees on this side shaking as well. So yeah, just one of those days, windy day. I'm sure it will still be a nice night out, regardless. Enter Fernand says some theaters don't go through ladies' bags. That's where you get your candy crave. That's it. Yeah, like going through a ladies' bag is a recipe for disaster, I think. Taram, sorry. I think I know exactly what you're talking about with the implants. I'm glad he's been honest about it and not ashamed to admit it. Absolutely, Taram. Absolutely. Yeah, the grin bit. Absolutely, Dankmaster just answered you there, so I'll just skip on. How was the movie? Says Ian Wizard. The movie was good. Yeah, like Spider-Man. Far From Home was really good. I don't want to go into spoilers for people who haven't seen it because I think that's bad. But it was overall good. I really liked that you got to see a lot of the past characters of the brand and stuff. Not going into the exact who's and what's, but I think everyone who has seen it knows exactly who I'm talking about, and the people, should I say, that I'm talking about. It was a great cast. When you first got to see that particular scene when he gets introduced to the other two, the other two, you know what I mean? When he gets introduced to those two, I thought that was really, it was very, it was heartfelt. And then, references and blah, 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 all that. It was really well done. I really liked it. There was a couple of things, though, that I think maybe the editing was a bit off or something. But there was a particular part in the end, in the final fight, let's say, the final battle. There's always a big battle, right, at the end. When it shows a certain prominent landmark being pretty much destroyed, right? But then in the next scene, it was all fine again. And not only that, but there was a certain villain inside the top of this particular landmark who was kind of trapped inside there. And you clearly see the head of that landmark being falling to the ground. But then he's just fine. And it's back on the top. I'm like going, do they know that? I'm just like, okay, all right, whatever. So there was a couple of small things like that I kind of caught that I'm like, how did that happen? But other than that, I thought it was really well done. The acting was great. Overall, there were some moments that I'm just going, it was overall done. Yeah, it was overall really good movie. Kaiwai, the film industry was very active in Georgia. after about 3 months into COVID. All right. Yeah, it was. It was filmed in Georgia, or at least it had a big part. Georgia had a big part to play with Ikaiwai. It made a particular mention of that in the credits because after a Marvel movie, you have your credits and then you have your after movie scene. There was actually two of them. So one at after the initial credits, and then after the extended credits, there was like a trailer for Doctor Strange Part 2, which is coming out in May, I think it is. I'm just trying to remember. Burnzip, does he know we can't hear him? It might. I'm not. You might have to just restart the app if you can't hear, guys. If you can't hear me, because I definitely am. I am able to be heard because people are replying back to me when I'm talking. So, Dex is the same. I'm still hearing. Maybe it hasn't caught up on my end. Yeah, I'd say just refresh the stream, maybe. Benjamin says, "Can I talk about responsible synthol use?" I don't think there's a such thing. Well, okay, using an oil like that, for one, I don't think is responsible in the slightest. Regardless of if it's your body, your choice, I still don't think, I personally wouldn't approve of it, but that's me. I am a huge advocate for do what you want with your life as long as you're not hurting anybody. That's generally one way I live my life. Look, do what you want. As long as you're not hurting anybody, who the fuck cares? Or who should care? I know, right? Who should care? But people care, apparently. Yeah. But synthol in itself, because it's such a dangerous substance, I wouldn't say it's responsible to use, even if you had the chance or the opportunity to use it. However, in saying that, if you had a professional administer it for you, because professional bodybuilders do use synthol to kind of give them a little bit of an edge by giving them maybe an extra inch or so into maybe areas that are lagging for their competition. So let's just say, for example, your calves. A lot of people struggle with getting calves because it's quite a hard muscle to build. Even my calves aren't anything to write home about. I know that myself. But basically, if you had a professional administer it for you and keep a very close eye on it and, do all the safety protocols, yada, yada, then maybe, at least that's more responsible. That's more responsible, but I still don't think it's ethical. Okay, so, yeah. But bodybuilders absolutely do it. I won't say they all do it, but a lot of professionals would do it just to get that little bit of an area touched up. It's like, for example, I know this is probably a bad comparison, but it's like going to a photographer, looking great or whatever, but then they touch you up by, just a bit of editing, just a bit of a lighting change, just a bit of airbrush, the works. Obviously, that's different than injecting a harmful substance, an oil into yourself. But you get, what I'm saying? It changes things. So yeah. MF30, it does not change the fact that in Antarctica there's lots of different penguins. I would like a penguin. In my local zoo, we have a couple of penguins. I want some penguins. I always wanted to sneak a penguin out of the zoo. Maybe I can do it one day. They're noisy though, so I don't know. And I'd want to make sure I'd have a good home for the penguin. And where I live right now, when I'm actually back home, it wouldn't be suitable for a penguin. So I'll wait until I have a suitable environment for the penguin before I consider taking it. So there you go. Spinor, show your bottom, J-Cots, please. Spinor, we have to be very careful with that type of stuff on Twitch and even YouTube. Lucky Duck, show the video. Show the video. The video, now just in case, now I know I'm a little bit behind with the chats, guys, but the video that I was talking about, okay, it's going to come up after this lovely little one that I have here. There it is. So this, once again, is one of the videos that I posted on my Instagram, and it's just synthol abuse and just like over the top oil. And here comes Daniel once again, just coming up on my feed. But yeah, not Daniel, the second man, but obviously because his body's perfection. But and it's real. I've seen it. I know the boy. But yeah, the other guy, yeah, unfortunate consequences of stupidity. Kaiwai says maybe Elon Musk will put his brain implant on all the penguins, and then they will invade the world with Elon Musk as their leader. All hail Elon Musk, yeah. I'm very proud that you share your results, says Lion. Ugh, my healing tooth is in the itchy gum phase again. What did you get done, Dankmaster? Did you get like a root canal or some sort of, or maybe a filling or something like that? Big Chungus, I have not used those and would definitely never consider giving someone those either, even if I had them, which I don't. A Dankmaster says a colonic irrigation sounds lovely and refreshing. Pex phase. Still in Miami, says Lucky Duck. I know, guys, I'm a little bit behind on the chat there, so I might be already answering a question that you've asked. So there you go. Am I a booty guy or a booby guy? I am a booty guy, definitely. We do love good booties. Well, I love both. It's like, why should I have to choose? Do I like the boobies or do I like the bum? Why can't I be a booty and booby guy? Why not? I like both. I like both. In every sense of the word. But you're not going to get a free arm flex from me, says Tankmaster. I hate ordering food in the theatre, says Lion. 1, it can come late in the middle of the film. Yes, it can be cold. 2, you are seating in the dark, other than simple foods. If I need a knife and fork, I want to see what I'm eating. That's true. 3, you have to look down at your food to eat, meaning eyes off the screen, you'll miss stuff. That's why it's easier to keep it with finger food, which Dankmaster is saying, such as, let's say, the popcorn or jellies or, some chocolates or something like that. But you can definitely go and get, proper restaurant type food. But I can absolutely... yeah, it was one of the reasons why I didn't do that last night. I think I just like the whole popcorn type thing in the cinema. I guess it's just habit. But I don't always eat popcorn. Sometimes I don't even eat in the cinema at all because I eat beforehand. Similar to one of the answers that someone gave recently. Dankmaster, I think it was. In The Wizard, I didn't feel like... it didn't feel like a real movie to me. Ian, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? I kind of like the Eternals more. Now that's this is Ian's opinion on Spider-Man, the latest Spider-Man. I only got to see it last night, even though I know it came out just before Christmas. But sometimes we get busy and we have other things to do, people. Or maybe no one wants to go to the cinema with me. But it's just how it is. It has been long enough. You can spoil the film. No. I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't. Jay, have you seen Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon? I haven't. And one of the main reasons I haven't, I could easily stream it. I wouldn't go to the cinema to see it because I don't think it would be good. I listened to some of my favorite. Well, not only did I listen to a couple of friends' opinions on it, but I also listened to some of my favorite YouTubers who talked about it, and it's not meant to be the best. Let's just put it that way. It's not meant to be the best. And as someone who's a big Resident Evil fan, like I don't like the movies, like the original, like those original movies with what's her name? Mila Djokovic. Is that her name? Is that her name? Those movies, there's like 5 or 6 of them or something like that. I didn't like those. The first one was okay, and I was like, okay, now they're going to okay. The end of it, I was like, huh? And then the second one was okay, and then the third one, it was like, eh, and then the fourth one was like, eh, and then the fifth one, I was like, what? You know, so this is literally the progression the whole way through. They're okay movies, not by any standard something I would go and see in the cinema, although I did see the first and second one in the cinema. There you go. But I have heard mixed reviews. Also, I don't like when movies pander to ticking off a box of insert ethnicity for representation's sake. Because, for example, Jill Valentine and Leon, etc., like the stars, they are categorically and canonically white. Okay, I'm not against people changing from time to time, but if they are literally wrote, let's say you read Harry Potter, and you saw that Harry Potter was a white boy, then you go to the cinema and he's not a white boy. You'll have a couple of different reactions. One, you mightn't even give a shit. You're just like, okay, whatever, I'll roll with it. Number two, you're destroying the lore that they have set up, that the author has wrote. Three, you're ripping off the original character. Okay, so you might have a couple of different viewpoints on that. But there's a huge controversy at the moment with the latest Lord of the Rings that Amazon are in the middle of making, and they've done a lot of changes to the lore, some which might be plausible, and others just because they wanted to tick the boxes. You know, oh look, we have an Asian orc, oh we have a dark elf, even though that they're all white. You know, it's that type of thing. Oh, we have an Indian this. Oh, we have a woman this without a this, and you know, it's literally tick 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 pandering. I absolutely love representation in movies, but I don't like when they destroy the lore just to tick the box. Like, for example, if you went into a movie or you watched a series and a character is gay and their only quality, they don't even have a personality, literally, you're gay. That's your character, you're gay. That's it. That's just pandering, being like, but it's okay, guys, we got a gay person, we got an LGBTQIA person in our movie. So it's good, we Hollywood, we have done our job. We have representation. And I'm like, okay, firstly, thank you for some representation to make a good fucking character. I don't give a shit if your character is gay. I don't give a shit what colour, what religion, etc. the character is. Just make it a good character. Make it a believable character. No one gives a shit about their colour if the character is shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so don't just include for inclusivity's sake. Include it because it works. You know what I'm saying? If it's a completely new IP and it's not destroying any established lore, you can do whatever the hell you want. That's fine by me. But if you're taking a character who's always been one way and you're butchering what the author had intended, then I have a problem with it. But that's my side of things. Eternals is actually a decent example of this, but then again, it's new, so they can do whatever they want. But literally, they just had a gigantic checkbox of tick, 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 tick. We have this person as the lead, we have this person being this. It was literally just insert all races, ethnicities, sexual orientations, whatever, because we can. The characters themselves, nearly all of them were rubbish. Characters, not the actors, the characters. I can barely remember not only the names of the characters. I can't actually remember any of the names of the Eternals. Actually, there's only one I can remember. No, two, because the little sprite. What's her name? Sprite? Or whatever, something like that. Because it was easy. But or Athena, the goddess, you know, the Angelina Jolie. I think her name is Athena. See, I should be able to remember the characters' names, but I have zero personality from most of them. Their backstory, I don't have a fucking clue of what any of their backstories are. They're bland, generic. You're literally just made them just to tick the box. And that's one of the reasons why The Eternals was not a good movie. It was an okay movie. Definitely plenty of room to grow. Definitely. But it was too many characters, not enough attention given to these characters, not enough room to let them grow, breathe, let us love them, let us hate them, whatever. And the script just seemed to be all over the place. So it's not because you included your ticking the box exercise, it's because your character just sucked. And it's like, it brings me to the point of female-led movies. I love a good heroine in a movie. I fucking love a main lead female. I love it. I love a good leading woman in a movie. However, a lot of the remakes and live action remakes that have been made over the last couple of years, their leading ladies are dull, stale, lifeless, generic Mary Sue type creatures. They're not good characters. Because I'm a strong, independent woman that needs no man. I have no faults. I'm automatically strong. I cannot, I'm flawless. I cannot have any flaws. And that's a problem. Look at the latest Star Wars. That trilogy. Absolutely garbage. Fucking destroyed the franchise. Absolutely garbage. And the main character, God bless her soul, absolutely awful. Look at Ghostbusters, the remake. Absolutely sinful what they've done to that franchise. The latest movie, what's the 355? Is that the one? The all-female led one. Look at the latest Charlie's Angels from a few years back. Butchered, destroyed by generic I am strong woman, I have no flaws, whatever. They're all Look at the latest Mulan. Mulan the cartoon was fucking iconic. Mulan was iconic. And you saw her growth. She went to fight a war as a woman, which was not allowed in the culture. But she went disguised. She was weak as fuck, but she grew, she learned, she trained her ass off, and she gained the respect of her fellow man. New live action remake Mulan. I'm already super amazing. I have no faults. I'm fucking kick ass because, I don't know, because you're a woman? There's a problem. So can Hollywood please get their acts together and give us a female who actually has to go through shit, who actually has to train her ass off and give us, the audience, something to admire to, something to inspire to, something to be like, that's fucking kick-ass superhero movie. Like, look at even the latest Black Widow. Now, Black Widow is not my favourite by any means Avenger. I always thought she was a good character. She seemed to have a lot of dark, mysterious past, and she was fucking kick-ass woman, yeah? But she was a human. She didn't have superpowers like Thor because he was a god. She wasn't generic. She wasn't like scientifically enhanced, like for example Captain America or something like that, yeah. Or she didn't have all the smarts of, let's say, Tony Stark and building a suit, because Tony Stark, he wasn't a superhero as such. He was a male. He had just incredible intellect and could make all this technology. But Black Widow, she had her training and she obviously worked really hard, yada yada yada. So yeah, she was kick-ass. But if you then watch the origin story of Black Widow, pretty much, and you see her falling out of the sky, being fucking thrown around the place, literally somehow surviving all this stuff that no human literally could, it's really, it brings you out of the immersive experience, because that's not possible. I don't give a shit if it's a movie, you still have to make it believable. Unless you literally tell me at the start of the movie, this is just to sit down and just enjoy. Just don't even think about it. But with Marvel, I think we've definitely built up and a general we've built up a general expectancy level that that it's just perplexing that such a script can exist, and that's just based on like herself. I'm not talking about the script, but I'm talking about literally someone who's literally been thrown around, falling off buildings, literally falls from some sort of space station in the sky and still survives. So yeah, big story, big rant there. But hopefully that answers your question. You look like a snack. I am the snack, baby. Lion says, regarding Eternals, since it has been on Disney Plus, I have found that film to be very rewatchable. I like it more than when I first saw it. Well, Lion, if you like it, awesome. Wouldn't be my thing though. Let's see now. Lucky Duck, synthol is like steroids. There are too many variables that would not benefit versus those that you would benefit from. Yeah. Too much risk for a look. Absolutely. Death Thorn. Am I the only one not getting audio? You might have to restart it, my good man. I know some people have been having some audio issues. Wow, look at those boobs, says QQ Bry. Hey QQ. Biggest chest in the world, says Obey Supreme. We are the Supreme. Elmlins, 10 out of 10 because your cam quality. My cam quality 10 out of 10? How is my cam quality any good? It's literally shit compared to when I'm at home in my studio setup. Now, for people who don't know, I'm abroad right now, so my quality isn't as good as it normally is. So when someone says 10 out of 10 for your cam quality, I'm like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. I already know that's a troll. 1 out of 10 because you got woman titties. Me, 10 out of 10, like the buffed body, my guy, keep it going. Yeah. Sure, Elemanco, if you're still here, my good troll, please send me your body, and let me see how your buffed body boy guy keep going is. You can be jealous of the titties all you want. That's okay. I don't mind that. QQ Bright, God only knows on that one. Lucky Duck, I actually enjoyed Resident Evil movie. I felt it honoured the game series in a good way, and it was a good story starter. Well, it could also be a story ender, Lucky Duck, because if it doesn't do good enough in the cinema, they might not make a second one. Endgame was annoying for that token gay guy in one scene. Eternals was better. We needed to see a gay black couple on screen. Well, it wasn't just a black couple. It was a black and Muslim. So a bit different and absolutely representation. Gilgamesh, Festos, Icarius, Cersei. So, look, Sprite was one, yeah. And what was the other one? Was it Athena? I think you said that somewhere. John Blake says, "Hey, Saturday stream." I know, John. It's it was either going to be today or Saturday. I might try Friday next week, but I know the quality isn't as good as. Actually, let me turn on the light here myself, because I think my camera is having it gets a bit issues with the light. Yeah, definitely stop some of the stuttering that was going over there. Because as the light is going down slightly, because it's almost 6 o'clock, definitely I noticed that the quality isn't as good. But the boobs look nicer. The boobs definitely look nicer now that there's more light on them. But Victor says, "Nice view." The remake of Mulan was actually more accurate to the original story, lore porn, not the Disney cartoon movie. But Mulan was actually trained by her father, who was a warrior, so knew how to fight and confident, competitive, and compatible. The only problem was that women weren't allowed to fight in war. The thing is, though, that it wasn't explained to us that way, Lion. It needs if the movie starts off exactly that way, then awesome. But if it doesn't, then we can't rely on like external sources to tell us that part of the story. I've always got to have one straight friend in my friend group to maintain equal representation. Jacob, seems like the audio doesn't come through for viewers on a resolution under 480. It may be while you stream on your laptop, but we will keep an eye on it. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there a way that I can change it on my end? For some of the viewers. See, this doesn't obviously happen when I'm at my home computer, but for the next couple of weeks, we gotta do what we gotta do, my friends. What is the video? Oh, I can't check the video quality when I'm streaming. Where am I? Says Warrior to the World. I am currently sat in Florida. My good man, Miami. Hence why my quality and all the lovely lighting and studio stuff that I normally have isn't, well, with me right now. I do have my microphone with me. I have my professional camera in the background, which isn't currently being in use, but I'll probably put it on for the next stream. But yeah, guys, we are shooting on location. We're shooting on location. That's all we can do. It's all we can do. Big Otter, I don't actually have my teddy bear here, so I can't do it. Dankmaster Zach's asking for a Pex Flex. Absolutely. We get a pec flex for you. Terry Harris, hair's getting thick, as in the chest hair or the hair on my head. You never know. You never know. But we got boobies, guys. We got boobies that we can we can bounce. Now, as soon as I get back to Ireland, guys, in the next couple of weeks, the video quality will be better, the audio quality will be better. I'll be able to stream the games again, and everything will be back at a good pace. I know things are off in terms of my, let's say, if you're looking at OnlyFans, I know I'm not posting as regularly there at the moment. I just have to get everything under a good schedule while I'm abroad. If you're looking at my Instagram and all, Twitter and all that, I haven't posted in Twitter in probably like 2 weeks. You know, it's just everything's off, so I have to get into a good, you know, a cadence when I'm actually abroad and just focus on that stuff. But yeah, it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit of everything when I'm traveling at the moment. But hey, look, I guess we all deserve a little bit of traveling now and again, right? My girl loves you. Big muscle flexing welcome to you, my girl. Thank you for pressing the follow button. Also to Sphincter Sauce. Oh, wow. Wow. Ah. I like it though. I like the creativity. Sphincter Sauce, big muscle flexing welcome to you. Madeline M. Mac cancelled? Who's cancelled? Why is Madeline Mac cancelled? But big muscle flexing welcome to you, Madeline. Mac cancelled. And Tristan the Bow. Big muscle flexing welcome to you as well. But what about Tristan the Sword? Or Tristan the Axe? Tristan the Shield? And all the other different things that you could have in your hands. Hair in the head. Thank you, my good. Yeah, it is. It's nice and thick. It's going good. All right, up there, going good. It's goodness. It's good. I have it down right now because I'm going out tonight. I'm going out tonight with a couple of my friends here, and I have to do my hair. So my hair is down at the moment because you got to have your template, guys. You have to have your template before you style it. So before I go out, I'm going to obviously style my hair and stuff. And, you know, when you look good, you want to feel fresh and stuff like that. So it's just down at the moment because I washed it just before I started streaming, actually. And then we'll do that. You know. We'll spend some time in front of the mirror and try and make it look something presentable for tonight. But yeah, it's down at the moment. But thank you very much, Terry. Andre wants me to blow him a kiss. Andre, of course. Mwah. Get that kiss right your way, my good friend. Thank you. Madeline McCann cancelled. I know. It's like, dear God, that poor girl. Isn't that like the British girl, the little, I don't know how old she was, maybe like 6 or something like that at the time, and didn't she disappear like, I don't know, like 15 years ago or something, like a long time. I actually can't remember, but like there's this girl. Now I probably have the story wrong, guys, but there's this girl, little young girl called Madeline McCann. If you type it into YouTube, or into the internet, you'll definitely see it better. But there was this girl that disappeared on holidays while with her parents, and this huge controversy in Spain or somewhere like that. And this huge controversy opened up trying to find her abductor or whatever. And a lot of people believed that it was the parents who actually, you know, killed her or whatever. And obviously they were in court trying to get justice. They all you know, they were constantly on TV, on the news, you know, getting their 5 minutes of fame. However, 5 minutes of fame turned out to be many years of it. And we don't know what ever happened to that girl. From what I know, I still think she's missing, or she's dead, or I don't know. So whether the parents did kill her, or did she really get kidnapped, or, you know, it's one of those things you just never know. I remember there a few years ago they did a kind of a follow-up piece on what she could look like now, like, you know, like 15 years later or whatever, like as a, you know, about 20 years old or something. And I'm just like going, It's just it's crazy. But yeah, literally that was all the fuss back then on the news about this Madeleine McCann, young child who got potentially abducted or killed by her parents. But we will never know. We will never know. One thing I have to get used to here in America is air conditioning. Is air conditioning, because I'm not used to air conditioning, and it definitely messes up with my breathing. For some reason, this aircon is really getting to my breathing right now. Whew. It's really actually getting to my nose as well. It's getting all stuffy. But yeah, I think when you're traveling to different places, the weather can affect you, or just temperatures, and you just have to climatize and stuff like that. But like where I'm from, we don't have aircon. You literally only have an aircon maybe in a hotel, maybe some businesses. But Ireland isn't exactly the most warmest place on the planet. So it's okay. Terrific Terry says, "I'm with you on the diversity casting, just to be diverse. If you have shit characters, I don't care if they're diverse. I care that they're shit." Exactly, Terrific Terry. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like, don't just include diverse characters just to be woke and be like, we are diverse. We have this multicultural cast. I'm like, great. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Give me this multi-diversical cast. But make sure, before you give me the diversity, make sure that the characters actually are good. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. Allergy season is also upon us, says Chaos. Like, I normally don't suffer from allergies in terms of things like hay fever and stuff like that. Like, I sometimes might, have some dust or something. There might be some dust and I might sneeze or something. But I actually have to get one of those allergy tests. I never got one, but I generally don't have issues, with things. From all the different things that I've got over the years, when it comes to like vaccines and stuff like that, or medicines. Like, your doctor will always be like, "Are you allergic to penicillin?" And I'm like, "I hope not." So I always try and make a joke out of it. After 30 years, I hope not. But that's me. So yeah, I definitely have to go and get one of those allergy tests and find out exactly what I'm, a little bit allergic to or something. Because it could be food as well. Like, it's great that it can break down. Like, you're maybe a bit intolerant to certain foods. Like, I know my mother, for example, is a celiac. So for people who don't know what a celiac, they pretty much can't eat gluten. So whenever you see like gluten-free stuff, like, that's the stuff that she'd have to eat. Anything that doesn't have gluten in it, and gluten is in a lot of carbohydrates essentially. And usually when they kind of take out the gluten, they add in something else instead of it. But yeah, you never know. So I definitely have to check that. Dankmaster, he misses the AC. Lion says, "Sorry for the late reply, but one issue I have with leading female characters is that there is a stigma around giving them flaws, because we're used to women being given stereotypical flaws in films, regardless of their role in a film." Obey Supreme says, "Your chest is all over Reddit." I'm not surprised. And definitely link us all the things you see on Reddit with my chest. Go to our Discord, put them all in, we want to see them. But yeah, my chest has appeared in lots of different photos all over the internet. Which I'm very grateful for, that people like it. So that's awesome, right? Who like, when I started in the gym, I never knew that one day my chest would be worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Because anywhere I go, it's literally your chest, your chest, your chest, your chest. Even here in America, where guys are really big, they're still like, your chest, your chest, your chest, your chest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, okay, you're way bigger than me, but they're all like just focused. They're like, dear God, your chest. I'm like, Thank you. Thank you. Even though they're huge, I'm like, thank you. It's great to be appreciated. Wait, where on Reddit? Dankmaster's now has his thinking cap on, being like, where? Hey Pyro, hope you're keeping well, my good man. Now, guys, for people who don't know, Pyro just entered the chat. Pyro Bro, he was the first ever subscriber on my Twitch stream. He is a founder. And that's one thing, that's one bit of knowledge you should all know and always never forget. The first subscriber I ever had on a stream. Awesome. Nicholas, what's the difference between balls and testicles? They are the exact same thing, my man. Unless you mean testicles as in, well, the testicles, and balls being like something you can, you know, I would say you can play with it, but, well, yeah. But that you play sports with it, like tennis, soccer, football, all the other lovely sports are what you do with your balls. But yeah, so... But yeah, it depends on the context. But balls and testicles are the exact same thing, depending on context. I know that's a troll comment, like a troll question. But look, I might as well answer it because there might legitimately be someone out there who does not know the difference. Maybe because their English mightn't be the best, and there you go. Dankmaster, I'm very active on Reddit, and I would notice Jay. We gotta find me. It's the perfect size and shape and the fur. Oof, I need a cold shower, says Chaos. Down, boy, down. Hey, Joe, hope you're keeping good. I'm doing well, my man. I'm just doing a little bit of streaming. Unfortunately, my time here is almost up. I can't go streaming that long today. And due to my laptop not being able to process... multiple things at the same time, I'm quite limited with the capabilities of what I can do in a stream, so I can't actually stream games directly and stuff, which kind of sucks, but at least I can still make content and stuff, so that's okay. But yeah, it will be kind of generally the browser type games that we'll be doing. I think they'll be able to, they're fine, and yeah. Also, we realized some people have difficulty with the audio because of their settings, and since I'm on a laptop, it probably is an issue there. But yeah, the stream started off choppy, but now it's a lot better as well. Pyro, because yours is the best. Thank you, Pyro. Thanks. I don't know if that's 100% true. I was one of the first, not the first. Pyro, no, you were the first, trust me. You were the first. I can confirm that. I can confirm you were the first. Lion says, it isn't just you have a big chest, but you have a shape and thickness that is eye-catching and arousing, if I'm honest. True. It's not just the size. Because trust me, guys, some of the guys that come up to me in the gym, like, they are big. They're big boys. Like, big fucking men. But they're still just being like, bro. You know, and they're like, bro. Like, I'm just like, thanks, man, cheers. Fist bump, nudge, whatever, like, whatever you know you're gonna do. But yeah, it's great. Little me just walking around place, these big tits in front of me, and then some of the big, like, almost professional bodybuilder guys looking at you, being like, bro, and I'm like, thanks, man, whoa, cheers. It's pretty cool. They appreciate it. Dankmaster to taste the same. I can confirm I've tried both. Dankmaster, are you saying that balls and testicles taste the same? What if it's like a real ball? Like a tennis ball or a football? They're all gonna taste the same as testicles? Then I wonder where you get your testicles. Terrific Turry, so we get your more and a full screen size. When I get... Okay, so guys, for those who have followed me for a long time, or maybe people who just tuned in, I'm not in my typical studio setup and won't be for a couple of weeks because I'm currently traveling. And I'm currently here in Florida, in the lovely sunny state of the US of A. And I'm going to be still trying my best to stream for a few hours twice a week. But unfortunately, since I am streaming, I don't have my studio behind me. So I cannot rely on having all the fancy lights, the perfect speed processing power of my computer, etc. So I'm working with very limited equipment. I have my microphone. I'm actually going to show you. I have my microphone right up there. So hello microphone. I brought my professional microphone with me, including the stand itself. So that's right there. I have my professional camera right behind me. Where is it? He's currently looking away. But there's my DSLR. There's my lovely DSLR right there. So he's there. He's pointing at the TV. He's pointing at the TV. And I have some other small equipment around me as well. But I definitely don't have all the lights and all the colourful stuff and that you may have seen in other streams because, well, you can't pack them all when you're traveling, unfortunately. But yes. So when I am back in Ireland in April, we'll be able to get back to that quality that we are used to. So there you go. And if you want to know about the quality that I'm referring to, you can check out any of my past videos, which are saved on my YouTube page, which you can find by clicking on the link directly below this screen. Absolutely. NTTRX, my good man, thank you so much. Big muscle flexing. Thank you for that lovely subscription, my good man. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. If someone gives me a gift to sub to Jay's Twitch, I will sub to his OF page again. You know what? With OF, by the way, for anyone who's looking, who's thinking of subscribing to J for Play, or OnlyFans, as we like to say. Oh, look at Chaos. Look at Chaos getting it right in there now. See? Lion, you just manipulated Chaos into giving you that free subscription. I look forward to seeing you on OnlyFans. Chaos, big muscle flexing. Thank you, my good man. And also, Lion, muscle flexing. Congratulations. So, with the OnlyFans, in case people are wondering, next week in the middle of the week, but I'll do it a little bit sooner than that. I think it's going to be either Monday or Tuesday. Can't remember which I have it set on. But next week is St. Patrick's Day, or Paddy's Day, as we like to call it in Ireland. And with the Paddy's Day, there will be, in case people are holding out and they're just waiting. Since it's a kind of a holiday event, I generally like to put up discounts at that time. So it would be probably like a 15% discount to it, or 10-15% discount at the time. I can't remember what I set it at the moment. But I think that's up Monday or Tuesday. So if you do want a 10 or 15% discount to OnlyFans, it will be there. But yes, a lot more content has to come on OnlyFans. I know there's pretty much 40 hours worth of exclusive content on OnlyFans at the moment. I do know that I've only been posting once a week at the moment with that as well. But I do have to pick that up, especially when I'm traveling. It's just I have to juggle everything around, not just my balls. Oh God. See, I have balls in my head now. I have balls on the mind ever since that question. Balls. Balls. Yeah, I know, right? Kato. 1 second, my throat is at me, guys. It's that aircon. I can't talk long with this aircon. It's at me. And by the way, guys, oh my God, my time is up in 3 minutes. So if you have any final questions, please get them in now, because I have to go in 3 minutes time. Unfortunately. But I'll be back again on Wednesday for more chats. Anyway, Kato, any advice On a low libido on end of PCT. Um, if you have low libido, my good man, well, that's a tough question. That is a tough question. Okay, let's just talk about low libido in general in terms of what you can do supplement wise. There is, well, first you can get the. Now, I'm not a fan of the natural testosterone boosters that you find. I don't even know if they work. But apparently, according to one of my friends back home, he says he uses them and he definitely feels a sense of well-being. So you could try getting one of those supplements that you can buy in any of the supplement stores, a testosterone booster. They are legal because you can buy them in stores, and that might help you. Because generally they're like a mix of different plants and stuff, which can help with hormone production. So that's one method. There is another. I'm trying to think. There's another one that is really good. Another supplement. What the hell is the name of it? Oh man, I can't. Oh man, I can't. I see. If I was prepared for this question, I'd be able to just rattle it off like for you. There's another one, D-Spark, D-aspartic acid. That's the one, D-aspartic acid. So if you can get your hands on D-aspartic acid, that also is really good for getting you kind of back into the game, so to speak. D-aspartic acid, DAA is usually what it's broken down to. That can also help. Other than that, I would just suggest eating well. Be very careful of anything that can raise your estrogen over the next couple of weeks if you're currently experiencing a low libido. So you could try and eat foods that are, very heart friendly. Low stuff that doesn't give you high blood pressure. So be careful of cholesterol, essentially. Those type of things will definitely help with low libido. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to cure your problems, but it will help. It will help you. So if you currently you have a bit of a low libido, period, let's just say, then those type of things hopefully will help. So you could try, as I said, a testosterone booster. My friend swears by it. I cannot say I wouldn't recommend it personally, just because I don't have any experience with it. I don't believe in them. But there are plants in them that generally are known to enhance testosterone, which will of course improve your sense of well-being in general. You have D-aspartic acid, so DAA. You could definitely take that. That also will give you a bit of a boost. Once again, feeling good, a bit more powerful, etc. And just avoiding high cholesterol foods if possible, because they can definitely influence your blood pressure, which can go against you in the long run. So just avoid things like that and anything that can raise estrogen levels as well, because you want to combat those at the moment, because your body is a bit unstable because of your situation. That okay? So hopefully that helped a little bit. How has Miami nightlife been treating you? Well, I'm going out tonight. Lucky Duck. Jason, thanks very much for saying enjoy your night out. The next stream compilation has come together already. Chaos, you are a star, my friend. Thank you so much. Chaos is definitely helping me out with YouTube content, guys, while I'm traveling. But I am working on another thing at the moment too. But the nightlife in Miami, it's expensive. It's really expensive here. That's one thing I will say. It's very varied, very mixed. There's lots of choice on where to go. But yeah, it is expensive. So if you want to go on a crazy night out, you're going to be paying for it, because the drinks are expensive. Everything's expensive. But I'm going out tonight to Fort Lauderdale. So I'm actually going out of Miami City up to the nearest city, which is about 30 or so minutes drive away. There's a group of friends going. I've never been there yet, so we're going on a night out. There's a couple of bars on a particular street or something there on this like strip, and we'll definitely see how that turns out. There'll be probably a story or two on my Instagram at one point or another tomorrow, or I'll update it on Discord. So definitely check out the Discord, guys, and any of my other links as well. But we'll do it. One last pec flex for the road, says Chaos. Why not? Why not? We can do that. And also, by the way, I forgot to do this one for a Spinor and also for how will I do this now? And for Dankmaster, because you asked me to stand up. We'll have to stand up. Oh, my water. See, this is what happens when I stand up. Something breaks. Well, not breaks, but my water. my water broke. My water broke. I'm in shorts. These aren't underwear. These are shorts. So there we go. Yeah, I stood up and I forgot that I had a glass right behind me of water, and that just knocked over. So I have to clean up that in a minute. So there you go, standing up. And one last pec flex for the road. How about we do a stand-up pec flex while we're doing it? Chaos, something a little bit different. We do a stand-up pec flex. Look at those boobies fly. Bonk, 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 bonk. Now, being able to bounce your boobies while they're practically upside down is definitely a different feeling. It is definitely a bit harder to do as well, but of course, as you guys know, I have mastery of my boobs. I have lots of mastery on my boobies. So, I got the mastery on the boobs. I need to get some coffee and then head to work. I'll sub to OF tonight. Thanks again, Lion. Lion, enjoy the rest of your day, my man. John's like, no. I wonder, isn't EU pretty cold? It is. John Blake, Europe is still pretty cold. So there we go. Now the good thing is here is pretty warm. It is windy today, but it's still warm. Well, for me it's warm. For people in Miami, they're not warm as much. Terrificatory hugs. Keep the twins safe and warm. Absolutely. Thank you very much. I can't speak for the rest of the EU. I can't hear, says Joe. Joe, you might have to check your settings, but he won't be able to hear that. Wilton Manors. Yes, Lucky Duck. Wilton Manors. Exactly. United States, I'm Colombian, so to me it's Estados Unidos. Yes, Estados Unidos. Mi amigo. Sean Curran, hugs to you as well, Sean. We can see everything, says John, and Pyro's like, Now I can hear your lovely voice and astonishing laugh. Ah. Yeah, I know there's been a couple of issues with some people not hearing the audio correctly. You might have to restart the app or still something, but we'll try and figure out if there's anything I can do on my end. But until I get back to Ireland, guys, that's going to be a bit of a maybe a recurring issue for some people. But until then, there's nothing I can do while I'm traveling. Now, guys, I have to love you and leave you as I'm already 5 or so minutes over my time because I have to go. So thank you very much for joining me on today's stream. I hope you enjoyed all the different topics that we talked about today, and hopefully I answered your question if you have asked me a question, because I got lots of questions. But we had some very interesting conversations. Definitely, if you want to see more, check out my lovely social medias. Link to my link tree down below. Also, feel free to subscribe to all my channels. And until then, I'll see you all hopefully on Wednesday at the same usual time. And hopefully maybe just a little bit longer as well on Wednesday, just before St. Patrick's Day, Paddy's Day, as we like to say it. Chaos, he is cute when he talks in any language, especially when he talks with his pecs. Oh, mi amigos, we are talking with our peckies now, with our tetas. Tetas. Yes, that's a different language. Says yeah, peck language is a different language. They can speak to you telepathically. They mess up with your mind. They make you think things. That's their power. The power of telepathic. Can you? I'm doing Morse code. Can anyone understand and translate Morse code? Because I'm giving you a big message right now. Like people, like if I was born or if I was alive in World War II or even World War One when they used a lot of Morse code, I'd be like beep 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 beep. There we go. Morse code with the boobies. Gotta love it. Gotta love doing a bit of that. But guys, once again, thank you very much for your time today. I know the stream quality isn't as good and as flashy as normal, but I am traveling, and until I'm back in Ireland in April, it's going to, we got to do what we got to do. But until then, guys, yes, tetas, John. See you all very, very soon. And HMV, hello to you too. Anyway, guys, take care and see you all very, very soon. Yes, I think they are also saying they need a good massage, Chaos.